So, in honor of my impeccable transitions here, transitioning into our final topic, we're talking about things that kind of help you find yourself as a creator. We talked about characters. The other aspect is finding the genre that fits you best. You found indie, and not only has that helped you grow Twitch, it's helped you grow TikTok because of your clips. When did you figure out that you wanted to focus on indie games?
The first time I ever, well, probably not the first time because of how frustrating it was, but somewhere around the first time I ever played Cuphead. I'd heard about this game that was super difficult called Cuphead, and it was actually me and my buddy Chris at the time were doing this together as a team called Iron Road Gaming, and we decided to play together because I think, honestly, early on, it's good to have people to play with because bouncing off each other creates good content in like an empty room when you're just getting started and you don't have viewers yet. And so that's what we did. And as I was playing it, like we were having fun and everything, but I was like really paying attention. And I was like, man, the art, the music, just how different this is from like your Call of Duties, your Rocket Leagues, your polished like AAA titles, like your Overwatches and whatnot. It was mind-boggling. And so I kind of started doing a little bit of research into other popular indie games. And I was like, holy crap, there's a world of absolutely mind-bogglingly different stuff out here. And not only that, I have the attention span of a goldfish, and there are a lot of indie games out there that are short. I've never played Skyrim. Let me rephrase. I've played Skyrim. Never got close to finishing it. Never got close to finishing Fallout 4 because these games take a while to play through, and I don't have the attention span for that, and that's why I usually stuck to multiplayers. But now I'm finding these games that I can do one shots. Some of them cost like $5-10 or something, or some of them are included in maybe some kind of like bundle for free or something, that you can get your hands on and play through it for a little while. And that's what ended up getting me into it was Cuphead, and then from there it has evolved into all these different. Like I'm playing games now that like I'll post a clip about it on TikTok and somebody will be like, wow, man, I haven't played this, or I haven't seen this in forever. I thought this was a fever dream. I was just a kid when this came out. And I'm like, well, this came out in 2014. I was 24. Get out of here. But yeah, it's like I'm going back and playing like some of the cult classics that you could only find on PC, stuff like that. And it's just, it's crazy to see how fun they can be. And the passion and, it's almost like you could feel the passion put in by these small teams. It's like, it's like this game was made by 5 people and you can feel it. And then connecting with the game devs and other publishers and stuff like that it's super easy to do when you're on indie games, because it's like they want to reach out to creators. They want to reach out to people who played their game because it's like, that's their baby. That's their pride. That wasn't a money grab for them. That was something that they wanted to put out there because it was a vision, and they want to know if you're enjoying it or if there's something they can do to make it better and stuff. So that way it can really be brought to the forefront of like when they say, I made this and this many people loved it kind of thing. It's amazing.
I feel that way with like Phasmophobia is a big one about that. It's made by one guy and like he takes a lot of pride in the feedback but honestly, it's probably my favorite indie game I've ever played is Phasmophobia. I don't like horror. Everyone memes the fact that I go out of my way. Shut up, Cursed. I go out of my way to avoid playing horror games. And even games that aren't horror games that have horror elements make me literally pee my pants. I love if anyone asks me to play Phasmophobia, I will play it immediately. I love that game. I love every aspect of it. Even when I'm scared shitless, I still love that game. It's so interesting, exactly what you said, to see the difference between heart, passion, and I have a vision and I'm going to do it versus I'm a AAA title and I'm AAA dev and I've got to get something out, right? You can tell the difference.
This is why I used to love on the Xbox 360 the Xbox Arcade. I don't know who's had an Xbox 360, but they used to have this whole arcade library just in the store, and it was so great because it was so different to these AAA titles that you're so used to playing. Because I remember one game in particular, Total Miners, with my mate. That was the game that we would play every Saturday. I don't know why, but that was the one indie game that I can remember and I can describe to you in pristine detail.
That's Xbox Game Pass is kind of kind of continued some of that tradition too. Because like I've actually found one of my top 3 favorite indie games of all time through Xbox Game Pass that I probably wouldn't have spent money on it initially to buy it, but because it was on Game Pass, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And it's called Wander Song. It's
another one. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's got such a good story to it and good visuals and good music. And so Xbox Game Pass has done that for me. And actually, Danny's right there. Itch.io. Itch.io has actually started. I've been starting to get it for YouTube content because you can get all these little like 15, 20-minute one shots for free and play through them and then boom, move on. It's just there's so many options out there. They allow you to get and play these games for free.
I picked up the charity bundle that they did last year on itch.io for supporting the Black Lives Matter thing. There's over 1,000 games and like game assets and stuff, just thousands of them. And I haven't even dove into it yet. I haven't had the time, but that's something that I've wanted to do on my channel, is like make a specific day to just like play through, like whether it's the entire game or as much as I can do in like one stream. And if I want to play it again, I'll play it again. If not, it's whatever. But I just want to like start going through them to actually like get through them and find those little hidden gems that are in there. Because I know there's going to be tons of them in there. Just
Night in the Woods was in there.
Yeah, it was.
And that's a good one.
I saw that one and I was like, oh, I can't wait, because I haven't played that one yet. So I am excited.
Yeah. That one's a bit longer too. Isn't Man in the Woods a little bit longer?
Is what now?
Isn't that game a little bit longer?
No, it's a little long. I think I finished it in like 2 streams, so it was like 6 hours, and I'm stupid, so I was having difficulty finding things.
Yeah, I think it's about the same as what was I just playing? Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
It's actually very comparable.
The only reason I thought was because I know Markiplier played that game on YouTube, and I know it was like 6 episodes long. So I knew it was like some way. It wasn't like a 20-minute one-off. It was a decently sized indie game. But no, I think when it comes to like indie titles, they're beautiful, and going back to what I was saying a second ago, when it comes to like streaming, anyone that wants to get into it or is thinking about it or is struggling, I think finding the genre that fits you is something that is extremely beneficial. Because if you enjoy it, it comes through in your content. Comes through in how you react. You don't look bored. You're more into it. I'm a big RPG and JRPGs. I mean, I have not... The last game that made me cry, the last 2 have both been JRPGs. I cried at the end of Persona 5 Royale, and I cried at the end of the Trails of Cold Steel 3. Those are both JRPGs, It takes a lot to enact that. I mean, I get emotional quickly. Like, I love a game and don't want it to end. But I was like, I don't want this to be the end of this story because I was so invested in it, right? Do you get that way with your indie titles a lot, or it's just like you have that emotional reaction? Okay, that's different, Dan. That's a different type of crying. That's a very different type of crying. That's a crying because I want to jump off my roof. Completely different type of crying. But
that's angry tweet crying.
That's angry tweet crying and emailing angry tweet crying is Uno. I have angrily emailed. I have emailed the Ubisoft CEO over their bullshit scene.
Vivid angry tweet crying.
But
got it.
When it comes to indie titles, do you have like, or is that the genre that gives you the most emotional reaction as well, or?
Oh yeah, dude, I had to actually, believe it or not, for those of you who have seen Chapter 1 of Not for Broadcast, which looks like a completely satirical game, I streamed Chapter 2 on Tiny Build's YouTube and Twitch channels earlier this week, and at the end of episode 2, I had to kind of like turn sideways and wipe a tear. But there's another game. It's called Among the Sleep that presents itself as a horror game, but you ultimately come to find out it's not necessarily one. And there was this moment at the end of it that really, like, it was visible. I was like I was tearing up pretty bad. And so but I'm also dude, I don't know why. I don't know when it happened, but I became a pretty big emotional wreck somewhere in the last few years. Because like I'll be hanging out in my living room, and I'll hear my 3-year-old daughter singing along with the Moana soundtrack, and I'll just like be like, oh, and then like kind of get a little tear or something.
To be fair, though, the Moana soundtrack makes me cry all the time. So it's just a good fucking soundtrack.
Yeah, but that's I mean, it's crazy that they definitely evoke a lot of emotions. Some of them anger. Like some of them have like those characters in them that you hate, like you'll despise, kind of like Game of Thrones. Not any characters, just like the ending. But it definitely does. Yeah, like the ones that evoke rage mostly are the first person shooters because I hate how bad I am at them. but again, that's a different kind of emotion.
Yeah, that's the first person shooter indies are your golf with friends to me. That's
yeah. Yep, that's exactly right.
Why that Uno? I haven't figured out why either one of those two were ever invented. I hate them both. Like
Uno, Uno ruins like Monopoly ruins friendships.
Uno ruins computers.
Yeah, well, in Uno doesn't just ruin friendships. It actually like ends all relationships. Like it causes divorces, man. Like
I don't. Here's the. So a little bit of another sidebar here. I don't know how the four of us, me, Curse, Lep, and Vivid, are still a team because we've played Uno an awfully lot, and I'm the only one that ever gets mad enough where I want to punch a hole in my wall, and it's never at the three of them. I'm never mad at them. There's one of my most popular clips. You have to kind of dig back a little bit now, but it's a clip where the game I was hosting, and the game disconnected me from host. How is that possible? I'm the host. How can I not connect to myself? I sent an angry tweet to them. Someone in chat goes, "I actually have the CEO's email. Oh, you beautiful summer child, please send it to me." And I typed a nicely worded email to him. Never responded. I don't know why I thought. But
it's because we're still together as a team because we are united in our rage. The absolute bullshit that the online version of Uno is.
Basically.
So that rage overshadows any anger that we had at any draw fours that we threw at each other.
Oh man.
What draw fours? You mean the draw 16s that we turn into?
Yeah, 100%.
The draw 16s.
Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out. We actually didn't go too far over. I was getting worried. When I saw the time, I was like, oh god, this is going to be a 2-hour podcast and Rev's going to get mad. Rev's probably got stuff to do.
I literally cleared my whole schedule for tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for that. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We do this every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we give 2 weeks time to gather up stories. Usually this also coincides with Vivid's D&D, which is currently on hiatus. Again, Vivid is moving, so that Curse is our stand-in for now. He's usually our main mod for this show, but he's our third host while Vivid is moving. And then once he moves, D&D will take place the opposite Saturday of the show. But at the end of the show, we always go around the horn to introduce ourselves, if you will. What you do, what your content is, and what you've got going on this week. We always let the guests go first. So, Rev, tell everyone a little bit about you and where they can find you and what you've got going on this week.
Well, I am Rev. I am primarily, as has been discussed, an indie-focused variety streamer. I'm not a big deal, but I'm kind of a big deal on TikTok. But yeah, mostly all I've got coming up on mine. You can find me literally anywhere, Revsven TV, except for Twitch and YouTube. It's just Revsven because like one handle was taken, and I was like, all right, we're going to uniform all of social media. But yeah, I'm going to start. I typically stream in the mornings now. I'll do some YouTube stuff at night, but in the mornings at like 9 a.m. Central is my usual go-to, except for Saturdays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And I'm going to be starting the Medium tomorrow. Or actually, sorry. No, I actually am doing I'm doing a big giveaway for Not For Broadcast tomorrow. Going to be giving away 10 keys to that over on Twitch. If y'all want to come, it's just going to be free raffles for the game keys. Then I'm going to start the Medium, Bloober Team's new horror game. Guys that made Layers of Fear and Observer and all those.
That's the one where you play the girl who can like flip between the realities, right?
Yeah, between the real world and like the spiritual world or whatever, like that. It's almost like it kind of feels like a lot of the promotional material for it made me think of Stranger Things because it kind of reminded me a lot of the Upside Down, the way they were showing pictures and everything. But but yeah, that's the one that's on my list next. Other than that, I'm going to be streaming Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator on Wednesday night on Twitch and probably Monday on YouTube as well.
That's a fun game.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so dumb. I love it. Everything about it.
It's so stupid. But it's so fun.
Laser turtles.
Curse, what you got going on?
So, as I mentioned in my Discord, I am reducing the amount of streams that I'm doing. So I'm no longer going to be streaming on YouTube. And I'm going to be taking those days that I would normally stream on YouTube to do videos and actual editing for YouTube to then try and grow that way. Other than that, it's the usual of fucking around with Bowtie, Dragonese, Azora tomorrow, but today for me. And then, fuck knows for the rest of the week. Probably Dark Souls, might start Bloodborne, who knows?
And then whatever we decide to do this weekend, because we always do something together. Lep, what do you have going on this week?
Tomorrow, well, the most recent Marble season just ended. So I'll be streaming just a chill Marble stream tomorrow night. I don't know what we're doing. I may try, they have a tilted mode, which is like you have to like control the thing and get all the marbles to the end, and I'm terrible at it. And the only time I do that is the off season because I'm real bad. So I may make an idiot of myself tomorrow night. And then Wednesdays and Sundays, I've been playing Bloodborne with my friend, fellow streamer, Prophetic Dreams. And we've been having a good time. We just banged our heads against the wall for 3.5 hours at the Orphan of Kos this morning, and it went great.
I only know he's the hardest boss of the game. That's all I know of that entire game is him.
He is.
And he uses a weaponized
We banged our head against that wall for 3 hours, and we finally beat him once on my game. We still have to beat him on his game. So we'll probably be doing that on Wednesday. I actually have a charity stream coming up next week. It's another one for the Diana Awards anti-bullying program.
Mm-hmm. Which is what you had the front page for last year.
Yes, and there is the possibility that we will have another front page slot. She's working on things, so she's going to get back to me. I haven't heard anything yet.
So I get to cancel my plans that night. Nice, okay.
It's going to be next Tuesday, the 9th, I think it is, or the 7th or something. It's next Tuesday. I don't actually know what I'm doing for that stream, but Tuesday night, next Tuesday.
Nice.
And I want to start, I need to start increasing. I'm going to start adding some streams, I think, and doing some other stuff. But between school and work, I don't have a whole lot of time. But I think I am going to try to start increasing my streams a little bit more because I want to start doing some other kind of game content and stuff like that. I just got to work it into my schedule. So that'll be coming soon. That'll be a big schedule upheaval soon, I'm sure.
Okay.
Someday.
Well, for myself, outside of waiting to the last minute to get this show going, as I do every 2 weeks, no, I obviously, typically when it comes to designing this show, I kind of usually give that first week to sort of like collect topics and see what the course is going towards, and then depending on what's coming up, I'll usually look for the guest host for the next weekend. So of course, I have no idea who the hell is going to be in 2 weeks. Who knows? But as far as what I have going on this week, I mentioned it on the pre-show and I mentioned it yesterday. My work has changed my schedule. I was working 12:45 to 9s, which is why I was doing those occasional morning streams. I've actually raided Rev before because I was doing morning streams on Monday and Wednesday. Those are no more because I am now working 10 to 6:15. They're moving my schedule up to accommodate for some more busier mornings and we don't have enough people there. They told me it's temporary, but my manager told me it's 90% positively going to be permanent. So because of that, can't do morning streams, but it does mean I can do longer night streams and do them earlier. So rather than starting at 10 p.m., I can start them at 7 p.m. That'll make it so a lot of people will be able to attend them a bit more easier, and I'll be able to do more content with you guys during the week because you guys won't be waiting until 10 o'clock for me to get ready.
So I'm an old lady, and I go to bed before you guys start streaming.
Yeah, so I can actually start doing
work when I stream.
Yeah, so I can start doing stuff with you guys again. Rev, if you ever want to do anything together, by all means, you know where I am.
Let's play some Phasmo.
Fuck yeah, dude! I love Phasma. That's why you had me there. Pick the night. I will 100% do it. Not even joking. You pick the night. I'll be there. But yeah, exactly. Like, I'm really excited about being able to go back to more of a reasonable time. I always do day streams during the week. Right now, I'm doing Ghost of Tsushima. Fucking loving it. I'm hating the fact that I waited till now to get to that game. It is extremely underrated in terms of the awards that it didn't win. I think the fact this game did not win Best Direction is mind-blowing to me. I'll be honest. This game is damn near flawless so far. Shocked it only won one.
You put it literally in any other year, and it hands down wins. I think there was so much competition that year that they did, like, it was hard. It was a hard decision to make on a lot of, because that was a stiff year in gaming.
That was last year. It was last year, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, again, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, and that clip is on YouTube where we talked about the Game Awards and how I don't think Last of Us 2 should have won all the awards it did. I love the game. I thought it did deserve the hate it got. I will defend the game till I die. I don't think it deserved Best Direction. You crunched to finish it. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. You had to crunch to finish a game. I don't think that's Best Direction worthy if you had a crunch. But I feel like that should have gone to Ghost of Tsushima because this has been a perfect game. Perfect directed game, perfect designed. It's a lot of things that it probably should have won on. But I agree with you. In a different year, I think it wins a lot more. But I am playing that through right now. Obviously, I do have Persona 4 Golden that I pepper in sometimes because that is the JRPG I'm currently playing. I believe on the 21st of February, Persona 5 Scramble comes out, which is the Dynasty Warriors-esque sequel to Persona 5. That comes out, I think, the 21st, so that's a day one play for me. So go ahead and clear your schedule for that one, because I will be definitely playing that game. And then I'm basically waiting around until Trails of Cold Steel 4 comes out on Steam. And then that's all I'll play for the next 2 months. Because JRPGs are 100-hour games. It's funny we talked about that earlier where, like, you know, the indie games like 20 minutes and you're like, I don't really always have time for, 6 to 10 hours games. And I'm just going, I don't play games that are shorter than 100 hours. Oh man, I'm a JRPG guy. They're all 60 minutes to 60 hours to 100. But seriously, guys, thank you all so much. Rev, thank you so much for coming on here. I'm really glad. Even we had to push you back a week, but I'm really glad you were able to be here. Because I'm
glad to be here.
I really enjoy talking to you. I really enjoyed this. I hope you'll be interested in coming on in the future.
Absolutely.
We love bringing people back on. Obviously, next time it'll be more depending on what the topics are, but we love talking to people all the time. Kenzie's been on here a couple times, so it's really nice to get the PAX South crew on here. Hopefully we can get
maybe some PAX South we can do a live version.
Right.
I'll coordinate it with Kenzie and we'll see if we can't get the 4 of us on a podcast and make it a PAX South reunion tour. I could probably convince her to do that. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Again, we'll be back in 2 weeks for this. I'll be back tomorrow with Ghost. Everyone else, let's see who is live.
Hey, Eric, can I just double check? Will there be another podcast before the 28th?
Oh, absolutely. The next podcast will be the 14th. And then the podcast after that will be the 28th.
Mm-hmm. You know exactly why I'm asking.
Yes, I do. So, I've already rated my brother once today. We can't do that again. Let's... I know it's his 21st birthday, but I can't rate him twice.
Everybody gets one.
They get one. He gets one. He got one birthday present. I sent all my friends to him once. Let's go hang out with Emily.
Stardew. Watch out, it's just a chair at the moment.
Oh, well, hold on then. Let's wait a second. Do we want to rate her when she's a chair and surprise her? It's not the first time I've done that. I have a bad tendency of getting rated when I'm BRBing.
Oh, I do it to you on purpose.
I know, you did it to me on purpose the other day. Oh, I know. We'll still rate her. It'll be fine. We'll rate a chair at first, and we'll just hang out and we'll show her love when she gets back. It's fine.
You can just spam me most glory. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll raid. We need. Oh gosh. We need the Fireside raid. I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll do this. We'll just do this. That'll be fine. Yes, Bana, I love you so much. You mean the world to me, Bana. I want you to know that. I love you so much. I love you too. Yeah, that's that Stream Elements thing, that was a gift from Cursed. I'm buying...
There's a couple of them.
I'm trying to buy Emily as much time as I can. Go back to your chair! You have like 10 seconds. Whatever. We'll rate her with. We'll just surprise her then, guys. Y'all have a fantastic night. Sweet dreams. I love you all, and I will see. All of us will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
It already is tomorrow. Hey, look, she's back.
Oh, perfect timing. How did I time that?